Okay, je m'appelle Rebecca Kissidu, aka Mrs. Kiss. Abonnez-vous sur ma chaîne. Alright, so you saw my French today. I came all the way down today with an intercultural married couple. One is from Ghana and the other one is from Ivory Coast. And this is so interesting. They share some of their challenges, some of the way, they navigated through dating, courting, and marriage. And it's good for people who are dating people from other cultures and for our parents, for you to understand some of the difficulties and the challenges that come with, dating somebody outside your culture. They have been married for 10 years. They have a beautiful story to share with all of us. And one more exciting news to share with you. Mrs. Kiss Kasa, because of you guys, God bless you. We are going places. We have 2 sponsors this week, and one is from IMAGHE Inc., which is a organization, nonprofit organization that supports villages in Africa with their healthcare needs. They do free screening. They do all kinds of things to help people who have different health disparities. Please, if you don't mind, and you can donate to a worthy cause, I'll leave their link below. You are free to go to their website at imaghe.org and donate. And also Comfort Plus, who gives exceptional care right at home. Please look out for these services and support your Black Christian business. Okay, so I have my couple here. My intercultural couple today is Mr. and Mrs. Apia Kubi. I'm so excited to have you guys here. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Pius and Sintish. I know they're married with 2 children, beautiful kids. And so we're going to find out how they met and how long they've been married and, how they knew each other was the one. So how long have you been married?
We've been married for 10 years.
10 years.
10 years in September.
Congratulations. These days
you.
I've been having seasoned couples here. And how do you guys know? How did you know Sintish was the one? Like, how did you meet and all that stuff?
So my story is different. I was deployed to Iraq in a place called Taji.
Okay.
Yeah, while I was out there, I had a little intervention with myself. I wanted to live a life where when I come back to the States, I wanted to have a family and have a life, a wife, and start a family.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a prayer that I had. When I came back, that was in December of 2009. I came back from Iraq, and then I used to know her sister.
Okay.
Her older sister. So we used to stay in the same apartment complex.
Okay.
So through that.
Before you went for deployment.
Before I went for deployment.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when I saw her, I was very interested, but I couldn't talk to her because she was with somebody, a friend.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just, just mind my own business and in hopes that I meet her again.
Okay.
But that I didn't know that was gonna be my wife then.
Okay.
I just prayed that, hey, I want somebody to settle down with.
Right.
And then through her sister was around me and my friend, and they came. So she introduced her to us. It was us friends.
Okay.
She introduced her to us.
So you were already friends with the sister.
Her sister, yeah.
You lived in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you came back from deployment, she was around with the sister, I assume.
Yeah.
And so it was her birthday, and so you got to meet her.
Yeah.
What's the story?
It was one day I was walking to the store with my friend. So he was in the car and driving, and he started slowing down. So I looked back, but his windows were tinted.
Oh yeah.
So
it was a white car with rims on it.
You were balling there.
I was a young guy, showing off with music blasting, and I see this beautiful lady. I rolled down a little bit, trying to draw her attention. But
And so when did you guys actually talk? Like, when was it that you saw her be like, hey, ma'am, my name is this or that, to, move it up?
Yeah, that was that week that her birthday was.
Okay.
When her sister introduced her to me and my friends, we was out there.
So you already knew that she is from Ivory Coast.
When I saw her the first time, I thought she was another Black American that,
Right.
Yeah, her friends, they both look like Black Americans. So.
Okay. So did you have any, and I'm going to ask you, did you have any, because you're Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Were you raised in Ghana?
Yes, I was raised in Ghana. I went to school in Ghana. I went all the way to high school. All the way to SS3 back then, senior secondary school.
Okay.
So yeah, I finished that, and then that's when
you
I went to the
migrated
state.
here. Okay. So did you have anything that stopped you from, pursuing people from other cultures?
Actually, no. I really don't. I don't look into that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, because that culture thing. When I came from Ghana to America, I think I lost that sense of culture to marry from your own ethnic culture. I lost that. I was dating.
How did you lose that?
I mean, I was dating a Black American, so I mean that didn't come in mind that hey, when you want to settle down, you have to go back home and do all that. I didn't have that.
Did you have parents or family members that talked you out of it when you started, going that route?
No, I was by myself, so I didn't have that,
family
to talk to me about hey. Kwabena, this is what you have to do. Find you a nice African woman that could cook, and because our culture, if you don't know how to cook, your parents won't let you marry. So that was one of the. I didn't have nobody to do that, but my mom, I kept in contact with my mom. We was talking a lot, and then so I didn't tell her most of the things who I was dating. That I didn't tell her.
Okay, all right. So when you let's move on to when you finally decided to, ask her out, or so when did you decide to do that?
The day that we met, I think that day that I met her, that her sister introduced her to me, that was the very day that I never separated from her. That very day.
So what did you tell her? What did he tell you that day?
He came to me.
I did.
He came to me and he told me my name. And I was surprised. I was like, how do you know my name?
Right.
And he was like, well, you gave me your name long time ago. You don't remember? I said, no. And then he was just like, well, your sister told me your name.
I was trying to use some lies. The lies didn't come out good.
So after that, we're just talking.
You just started talking then. So you knew he was from Ghana?
I did not know. He looked like he was from Brooklyn, because that's what he told me. I didn't know he was even African.
Oh,
from
okay.
Brooklyn.
So it was just the way, the kind of lifestyle that
you were in.
I dressed like an American.
American.
Brooklyn. No, like somebody that's from
New
Brooklyn,
Yorker.
New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
With fitting hat, boots and all black.
Timbs
black
and everything.
Okay. So you didn't even know at that point that he was. Did you ever think that you married somebody outside your culture?
Never. I never thought.
So when it came to that part, what are some of the challenges that you faced? Did your parents or your family members disagree? I know that your sister were friends with them, so in that way you kind of had a lean way into the family a little bit. But what are the other challenges that came up, especially for parents and from other family members?
So I was born in Ivory Coast. Right?
Okay.
And I left Ivory Coast when I was 8.
You left there.
Yes. And I went to Benin, and from Benin I went to France. So the background, I don't really have it, really.
Right.
I've learned from my mom, my sister, and all that. So
you really didn't have any sense of Ivory Coast home.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. But the challenges, one of the challenges for me was the language.
Okay.
So my whole life I have been speaking French.
Right.
So now I'm in a relationship where I have to speak English all the time.
Oh, right.
So it was one of the challenges for me. And knowing me, I'm very quiet and shy and reserved. So I wasn't speaking much. I wasn't talking
much. Well, first of all, you can't speak it. You can't speak it. You can't express yourself. Even those of us who are, they use English to raise us. You still like I'll be struggling sometimes. I know. That's the challenges. So how has that affected your communication as a couple?
We went to my sister and told her that your sister doesn't talk. But that was my problem. Like, I couldn't express myself the way I wanted.
Right. And were you able to figure out, because like what interventions were you able to put in place to get to a point where you felt comfortable to the point that you wanted to still marry somebody that is not talking to you,
Yeah.
or somebody that feels like she's not able to express themselves the way?
I think that's a good question, and this is how I saw it back then, because I think I knew what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what I wanted, right? And
What did you want?
So I wanted the type of person that I wanted was in I wasn't too much of a Christian. Let me just say I am now. Right. But seeing how I was raised in Africa, I saw my family, people that was married. I wanted that type of woman to be in my life. Somebody that is very submissive, respectful, God-fearing, and take care of you and your family if you have kids.
Wife material.
Something like that. But then again, I wanted a friend. I didn't want it to be traditional way. I wanted my wife to be, free. She could do what she want, but then again, still be my wife. And then when I met her, she was yes, she did say that. She said it right. She was very quiet and she didn't talk much, but that was my time to evaluate her.
Right.
I was just trying to figure her out because it was so hard for me to get to her. Right. It was so hard. It was
and
hard.
You think it must have been, first of all, temperamentally, she is reserved or an introvert. Yeah. And then you have a language barrier.
Yes.
So that was another hurdle. Yes. So how did you do that? How did you get her to come out of her shell?
It's the creation of friendship. Me limiting myself or letting her in completely. Like when she know who you are, when she find out who I was and how free I was with her, I think it started.
She became okay.
Yeah, even though I know that I dressed a certain way, and she didn't like that type of way.
Right.
She didn't like.
So has there been some? I see this because since I've known you, I don't see no dress or nothing.
She's the one that dressed me. Everything I have, she buy it.
Okay.
She changed completely. But the family part, it was a bit challenging because when we got together, I couldn't call home to say I'm dating Ivorian.
Why?
Because I was actually trying to figure out how I would put it in a sense where I would say I met somebody, but she's from Ivory Coast.
Right. Because that's the real issue.
Yeah, and mine. I didn't tell my mom that we was dating. Yeah, as a matter.
So when did your mom know that you guys were?
Actually, doing my sister's wedding, right?
So you kept it.
Yeah, we kept it for quite some time. I did tell I'm closer to my mom, but I talk to my dad more.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom, she's the typical African woman.
Okay.
And when you tell her something, Masa Jai.
She wouldn't even let you go on.
Masa Jai. I didn't. Shit. Yeah. All of this stuff will come, and even though I was still scared of her to tell her what I was doing, but I wanted her to experience her for herself, to make that judgment, not me telling her. And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so I want to reiterate this to our parents that sometimes, like she's saying, he's saying that he loves the mom and everything, but the mom would just brush him off when he had such an important decision or idea to share with us. So please, our parents, be open-minded. If the person that your son or your child is bringing in is not the one that you're supposed to be, just be open-minded, because sometimes it's just, all he wanted was for the mom to see this gorgeous flower, beautiful lady and experience her. That's what you're saying, right? And that would have made the, the transition or even the marriage even more smoother. And sometimes, as much as you want to think that your children don't care and they left to go marry somebody from other culture, they do care. Most times the children, care, even though you might think that they don't care. They really want your blessing. So how did you know? I know that there's, a lot of barriers that you guys had as languages, temperament, culture, different countries. How did you know, how were you able to overcome that and still go ahead and marry her? When did the light bulb go off like,
I think to me it was the fact that I couldn't stay away from her.
What made you not be able to stay away from her? Was it her body, or was it the attraction, or?
I mean, all of that is just part of the, package.
Mm-hmm.
She has a beautiful body.
Mm-hmm.
Her nyas is very good. it's good. It looks good, right? And she's tall. She's sexy. She got nice lips, good eyes. I mean, everything about her was so great, but it wasn't that was attracted to me.
Right.
What attracted to me was about her inside.
Okay.
She had this. She is very loyal, and she was so passionate about me. I was just one of the things she's concerned more about. I had a connection that I never had with anybody that I ever dated, and I was drawn into her more than anybody, and that was it.
Okay. So, Sintish, how did you know that, you met this guy, cool, or I'm not going to put words in your mouth, whatever you thought. When did you know that, you know what, I'm okay with this guy, I want to marry this guy?
So, before I met him, I was going through some personal issues.
Okay.
So when he came in, he started making me happy. I started feeling different. He was patient. He was very patient with me. And I just loved to be around him. There was something that was attracting me to him. Okay. And I did not know what it was.
So in spite of the language and the fact that you were not really able to, communicate like you would, what broke that barrier? What made you overlook all that and say that, you know what, even though I'm not able to communicate and all that stuff, I'm still gonna go with this?
Like I said, he was very patient too.
So his patience made you?
Yes, he was.
And how did you feel inside?
I felt great.
Okay.
I felt great, yes.
Because the reason I'm asking this question is that, a lot of people, they don't know what they're supposed to feel when that person, because I'm sure you meet other people that you like, all right, and they're okay, they make you laugh, or you feel great about, but they don't know when to draw the line, be like, no, this is this person, the way I feel. So that's what I'm trying to find out, at what time and what did you feel exactly, like, apart from all the feelings and apart from the patience, were you at peace?
Yeah, and that, and also I was able to. Every person have insecurities, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're hesitant to let it out. Right. And you can only let that out when you are very comfortable with somebody. Right. And when you let that door opens, this person is just it. Mm-hmm. They're one-way street. Mm-hmm. So some of my insecurities came completely off. Mm-hmm. As a guy. And
she was okay with your weaknesses.
Yes, she took my imperfection, regardless of what it was. Okay. And accepted me for who I was, even though I dressed like a thug, and all my dressing was like a hip hop.
So at that point, she looked beyond your outer, thing, and then looked into you and accepted you. Okay, so guys, what I see here is something that transcends beyond ethnicity and culture. For them, for Mr. and Mrs. Appiah Kubi, what they saw, he saw virtues in her, that she, patience and, kindness and companionship, that he was able to let his guard down. And that transcended over language or anything. So sometimes it's not just about, certain little things that limit us. She also saw him to be what? He
made me feel comfortable.
Yes, he made her feel comfortable in a way that she hasn't felt, or in a way that made her feel at peace to proceed in marriage. So it's not all about, ethnicity or culture or, all those things. You have to, before you get married to that person, you have to make sure that you are comfortable, even in their weaknesses, that you are comfortable and their weakness. They are transparent about their weaknesses and their flaws, and you are comfortable with it. And you can build that person up, because they mentioned that, he said he used to dress a certain kind of way, and Sintish was able to get him to where he is now, to a point where she actually picks out his clothes, which I think is very, very cute, by the way.
I like
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so when did you actually pop the question?
As a matter of fact, it was a month before September. In
Okay,
August,
in
yeah.
August.
Yes, and we went out to a store like Food Lion,
Mm-hmm.
but in Albertsons.
Okay,
Yeah, I think it was in Washington State.
okay.
And we went in the store. She went out to go buy some stuff, and I used to have this bright, necklace that I wear with all my clothes. It's like a charm, a diamond necklace. So I told her I'm gonna go clean it, because they have jewelry area where you clean it. That's when I bought the ring.
Okay.
So I did. I bought the ring out. She didn't know. Came outside in the parking lot, and I asked her the question right outside the parking lot.
There you go.
I
So
nailed that
right
one.
outside the parking lot, that's when she got proposed to. So, all these extravagant things, I want my proposal to be on the moon and all the honey. When the right person comes, your story might be different. So please, ladies and gentlemen, take notes. Everybody's story is different. So you popped the question, and then, of course, at that point, you kind of knew, and you said yes.
I did.
So I just wanted to go back a little bit. Did your mother ever accept that? When did that conversation come up, and did they ever accept that when you wanted to get married?
So I think we got married before I told my mom.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So who was your representative from family?
So family was far away, all the way in New York.
So you did what,
And,
court marriage?
We did. Yes, we went. We have families, but it was majority of her family and some of my friends from the army.
Okay.
They the one
So
that
you
came
literally
to-
didn't involve your family. at all.
So I was overwhelmed, and I didn't want to lose sight of this one. So this was just mine.
Your way.
I wanted to just.
You wanted it so bad you didn't want anybody
I didn't want to have a conversation.
So what would you say? Because I know you have a son now.
Yes.
What would you say about Giovanni getting married without your knowledge?
So you see, I think I give my son this advice. I would give him this advice. If he ever finds somebody out of the race, I would never make him uncomfortable, first of all.
Okay.
So that would just separate the fact that he wouldn't tell me anything.
Right.
So if I'm able to let him live that type of life and be open about anything with him, he would always come to me.
Okay.
It will come to you. If we don't have that strict rules and culture, things out there, we come as we are. That's what the Bible says. Come as you are.
So as people, we need to be able to create that culture where our children feel comfortable with us. We need to be able to create that environment. Even as, newly married couples and different people growing up, and even if you're not married, you have to keep that in mind, that you need to be able to train our children in a way that they will be accepting of other people. I think it's very important, especially in our world now with everything else that's going on about discrimination and racism and all kinds of things. We need to be able to teach that we are one people and people to love one another. So I know that we have settled that, but I know when did you actually tell your parents, or they up till now they don't know that you're married to an Ivorian?
Oh no, they don't. They know now. I mean,
So when
she
did that
actually
happen?
did the right way. She told
Yes.
her family. She went, in the right order
Okay.
to do it. She
So
called
your
me out.
family were okay with him?
Yeah, they were fine. My parents, they were back home in Ivory Coast. So I picked up the phone and I called them. I told my mom that I'm dating this guy. He's from Ghana and he proposed to me. And yes, we're getting married. So I wanted her blessings, my parents' blessings. And they were okay with it. She just asked me if I was ready. That's all she asked.
Okay. And your dad was also okay?
Actually, I told my mom. I was kind of scared to tell my dad, so I told my mom to tell my dad for me. And so, yeah, she did. And after, my dad is all about go to school. You have to finish your education first. So, yeah.
So you married kind of young then?
I was.
Okay.
I was.
How old were you when
I
you married?
was 21.
Okay.
Around 21.
Okay.
Yeah. when I got married.
Wow,
So-
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely beautiful, and that really speaks to the fact that everybody's life or the path that God has cut out for people are different, and you need to be able to pray and find out your own path. No two stories are the same, and so I want to find out exactly when, because I'm interested in your part, because you kind of did something that is, I would be upset if I was your mom.
Yeah.
Were they upset?
So you're right. Yeah, she was.
How long were you married, sorry, before you told her?
I think it was within the same month.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't wait until like years or
Okay.
something. No, I did it within the same month, but I did it afterwards.
Okay.
And when I told her about it, I still have love and respect for my mom. So I felt, the fear from the conversation on the phone. Yeah, she was upset. And then, after a while, I was able to console her. And, I just told her, just wait till you see this woman. And then it would change you.
Right.
She would change you. My dad, on the other hand, my dad is my dad. My dad, I love my dad. Like, hey, my guy, you good though? So, yeah, we good with that. So
Okay.
he was absolutely good with it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So your mom finally met her?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Man, the joy was too huge.
Wow.
The day that was the first time all my family, my siblings, everybody was in New York. They all, met
her.
and they clicked like magnet. It was just too much.
Wow. Thank God for that. That it all worked out. Like Bible says that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. So what would you has your Christian faith, I know that you said were you a believer from the beginning?
So I was a believer, but I wasn't rooted
Committed.
as strong as I was, now.
So the faith didn't really influence it from the beginning, but as you growing, you have become more committed.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you this question: do you guys fight and disagree?
Hi. Yeah. So
So-
how you start?
Oh, well, in the beginning of the relationship, yes, we used to argue a lot. And the way it will happen because of the language barrier, I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to, so it would be more of actions. Like,
What actions? Were you
Like-
beating him?
no, slamming the door, or I would just walk past like with a
Attitude.
Yes, or I would just cry.
Okay.
And he didn't like to see me sad or cry, and it was really good. It would quickly apologize. And
Okay.
it's
So who
always-
apologizes first?
It does.
Oh, you're a good husband. Anything to make your wife happy.
Hey, anything. But yeah, we fight. The
Okay.
fight is she's right. It's just that trying to understand, each other and trying to fit in and trying to see, okay, this is what you know how to do. This is how I want it, and that it was creating a lot of things. So that is part of the journey. So we did fight.
So
We
what
don't curse.
interventions? What did you put in place to? And I'm sure now you, even in the future, you're still gonna disagree on certain things. But
Oh, yeah.
what have you put in place now to make your fight more, agree to disagree, or more amiable, so that it's not like, because you've gone a little bit past the language barrier.
Yes.
So what did you do to make your fight more normal, in a sense?
That was the talking more.
Talking more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't know why females like to talk in the middle of the night. You wait till like all day and you start conversation at midnight to 3 in the morning. I can never think far from that one. So we do the most of the talk. We talk a lot. So
Okay.
that and the talking you need to sacrifice. I
Right.
mean, as a guy, because you have to sacrifice.
That is a
to be
great
there in the
point.
conversation. Because sometimes I don't want to talk.
Yes.
I really don't. She would tell me, you need to talk, and I'm like, I don't feel like it. And then, gradually we would go to the waterfront. We have a spot that we go to. There's little water thing, fountain that's out there. We sit in one of those little chairs and we just vibe. We just be raw and authentic. We just talk about because of what you did. I didn't like this way because of what you did. I'm like, you did this before I did that, so we was going back and forth. If you haven't done that, I would have never said that. And he was like, okay. And then we let it all out. So once we out of the house, we talk outside. It's like we just let the air,
Right. This is so beautiful because, and I appreciate your authenticity over there that men don't like to talk. Most men don't like to talk, and we want to talk. So please, and I appreciate you doing it because you don't want to, but you kind of did, you know, and you do now. So the solution to this language barrier is really talk more. Because the more you talk, the more you understand each other. Right. The more you be able to figure out the part that you didn't understand from what they said. Because sometimes they may say one thing and they meant another thing.
That's right.
You know. So the more, that is for, language barrier. Yeah, so the more you talk, and that's not just for anybody who is married interculturally, but for all of us, even if you married from your own hometown, you were not raised in the same family. So talk in the middle of the night till 3 a.m. Your wife will thank you. All the men, please take use. Talk.
Don't talk at 3 a.m. Find another time. What keeps the marriage, the fire burning, is just us.
Right.
It's what we do.
Right.
It's what we do with each other. It's
so you play around and you dance.
We go dating and we do,
talk a lot
now.
Oh, yeah.
So what language you speak in the house?
English.
I'm a bit. I understand French. I do understand a little bit because her mom. She would mess around and speak French to me, right?
Yeah.
And I understand exactly what she wants.
What would you say to up and coming young people who are dating? Sintish, what would you say to up and coming, Ghanaians? Who are, dating other people from other culture or country? What do you want them to know?
It's doable. You don't have to marry like people from your same country or the same culture as you. As you grow together, you learn your culture and everything. You learn from each other. So it's possible.
It's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible. And what would you say? What did you learn from your experience? Things that you didn't do right, things that you did right, and
I would say that even though it is good, right, to marry somebody from your own ethnicity, right, it is good because you speak the same language and you do things the same way. Your food, you're accustomed to everything the same way. Mm-hmm. It is good. It's good that way, but that is not the pivotal point as far as happiness is, right? It's just that it's so amazing to experience another culture that you yourself all your life you thought that you would just marry out of your own people, but now you bridged over, and then you are even loving it.
Right.
If I'm telling you the way I eat at chicken, I mean, I went to Ivory Coast. Me and her dad. I miss that man.
You love their culture. You love the food.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question to you guys will be, what has been the response of other people, as in Ghanaians, in your case, when they know that your wife is Ivorian, and Ivorian, in that case, when they know that your husband is, Ghanaian. For instance, you go to an Ivorian wedding, and you are the Ghanaian. So what happens, and then the vice versa. You answer that, and then you answer the Ghanaian.
Right. I would say, I don't know if it's West African, but we almost have the same mentality. We went back home, we went to Ivory Coast, and we were in an office. I think we were working out, we were doing some papers, and the people in the office, they were speaking in French, saying, "Oh, you went to marry a Ghanaian, and there's so many Ivorians here," and they were saying that in French, so I had to translate.
People were so looking at me. I'm saying they're only Ghanaians.
They were disrespecting you.
Yes.
What did I do?
They were saying that. But it's not about who.
Do you get offended?
Not really. I wasn't offended, but I had to explain to him because they were laughing and all that, and I know he was probably feeling uncomfortable, so I had to tell him what they were talking about.
Yeah,
but
and you felt it.
For me, I don't think Because I had too much, vim in me. I didn't feel too much. I didn't feel that kind of way. It's for one, I didn't understand what it was saying.
Right.
And two, I know what I have.
Right.
So I'm working with confidence. I'm working with my chest up high. Because I asked her, the way I was walking in the street, they thought I was Ivorian. Unless you speak to me, and then you find out, oh, God, you're not from here. It made me feel something, I'm like, I'm here too. But to her, it is true. Even sometimes people think she's Ghanaian.
Okay.
Because of, how she look, or because of...
She has assimilated very well.
We went to Ghana, and they thought she was Ghanaian until they started speaking Chi to her. And then she said, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, no clue. She's from my people, please. What's the stuff?
So, did you feel any kind of animosity, towards her?
Oh, no.
When you went to Ghana, did you feel that people didn't like you?
It's not that. Knowing the person that I am, I feel uncomfortable easily. Yeah. So me being around people that don't speak the same language as me, I didn't know what to do with myself.
Right.
So I was trying to blend in most of the time. So maybe the reason why they were speaking trick to me.
Okay. Do you feel, I know that you guys go to predominantly Ghanaian church.
Right.
Do you feel uncomfortable being in, a dominated Ghanaian church?
At first I was kind of. Because most of the time when they do speak the language, they speak Tree, and I don't understand. And so it makes me uncomfortable. Right. Because I don't know what to do. Right. So I just smile, and sometimes they say jokes and they laugh, and I don't know what to do. So I smile too.
When you laugh at your jokes, you're like, oh.
So when have you had any kind of, gathering where people disrespected her?
Oh no, because I would be quick to correct anybody.
Okay.
That one, I'm very protective of my family.
Okay.
Okay. I wouldn't even let it go that far.
Okay. Okay.
So it's just that even for the church part, right? I know that even majority of the deacon and deaconesses, they've already voiced that to the church leaders about some culture of people not Ghanaian that are there, so they want them to stay on script as the Ghanaian English, so they could just use English to preach, and some of the worship songs should be English, so more of that. But I also understand that it's what you hear that rejuvenate your spirit to connect with God and the Holy Spirit. I understand that too. So you see, she started singing Ghanaian songs.
Yes, I know. I know, and I didn't want to, I wanted to make it. I know them, and we go to the same church, and I'm very impressed with the way, like she says, I know that she's probably uncomfortable, but she will smile.
Yeah.
You were sure to have a smile, and I like the way you have assimilated, into. They're good couples in the sense that she has she can sing Ghanaian songs, and you would think, she's sometimes in church you can't even tell. And one thing I've also seen about the husband is that when they're together, because she has a lot of family here, the husband is always with the family. You can almost identify him as an Ivorian too. So, that's a beautiful thing, and you guys are doing it well and doing it good, and congratulations. Keep doing it, keep shining, keep marrying, keep mending it together, to get to that perfection that God has ordained for you guys.
Yeah. And beautiful kids came out of this.
2 beautiful kids. And if you're out there is hope. If you are in the intercultural marriage or relationship, try to, assimilate, try to understand each other, accept the person as, as they are in their families too. Yeah. And I think that makes a big difference, that accepting the person wholeheartedly and not being disrespectful to all of us. Don't be disrespectful to people from other cultures and other races and other countries, because we are all God's children. Wow. Thank you guys so much, Mr. and Mrs. Apia Kubi. Thank you, Pius. Thank you, Sintej, for coming here and sharing your story, your unique story with us. God bless you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Amen. See you in the next video, and make sure you subscribe.